Hi, and welcome to Strap Watch. Michael Knapp Leather. Watches. What do? They tell us the time. Time is ticking. And time means, for each one of us, there's an end. There's a last moment. There's a last second. There's a last breath. And I'll tell you what, you guys, we're going through something in this world that I've never seen. It's affecting just about all of us. I'm going to share something I never thought I would share on my channel. But I feel that if I could help one person out there, because there's a lot of people who are suffering right now. Maybe you have the virus, maybe you know somebody has the virus, or you're sick, or you know somebody who's sick with something else. Or unfortunately, maybe you know someone who has passed away because of whatever. You're not alone. I'm here to tell you, I know how it feels. And like I said, I wasn't going to share about this, but if I can touch one person and try and help somebody out there, that's why I'm doing this. A year and a half ago right now, September 5th, 2018, we lost our daughter to metastatic melanoma cancer. That's skin cancer that had moved in the body. By the time we had found out, which was 2 weeks after Lillian, her daughter, our only granddaughter, and Lindsey, our daughter, was an only child. 2 weeks after she had the baby, we found out it was already stage 4. It had totally infiltrated all of her intestines, her liver, was in her lungs, and finally it moved into her brain, and she fought hard. We live right near Mayo Clinic in Jacksonville, Florida, and she was there, I can't tell you, too many times. She ended up passing away at home with all her loved ones. But when, people are suffering, and you see me on this show and I'm usually real chipper and upbeat and smiling, and you have no idea. But that's, this past year and a half has been the hardest year in our family, this crisis we've been through that we've ever had to deal with. And so, like I said, if one person, I can help one person, the best advice I could give anybody is just don't do it alone. Just don't do it alone. And I'm real guilty of that myself, is isolating, not wanting to, really talk about it. But when you do, that darkness that's inside you, that's inside me, and it gets exposed to the light, it's like the light kills that darkness. And, life goes on. It has to go on. I'm a eternal optimist, and I have a lot of hope for everyone. And so if you're struggling, just know you're going to get through it. It will pass. It will pass. Whatever it is you're going through, it's going to pass. Life has to go on. You have to continue. If that means you got to fight, you got to fight. So, and I'm not saying, violence. I'm saying fighting a sickness, stuff like that, okay? So, with our hearing clinic, a lot of you may not know, I'm an audio prosthologist. I own and operate a hearing clinic. We do hearing testing, hearing aids, hearing health care, my wife and I, and our daughter's husband, my son-in-law, Eric, who's been on the show a number of times. You've seen our granddaughter a number of times on the channel. And they shut us down basically with an executive order a week ago today. The governor of Florida, the president had put out an executive order. The governor's following. There's a little ambiguity in the verbiage of the language of the executive order, because I do know of some hearing healthcare clinics have remained open, but I just couldn't take that chance. We're financially set, my wife and I, where we could weather this storm for quite a while and be okay. But, there's other businesses out there that are really suffering. They just don't have the kind of cash flow. They don't have any liquidity to their books where they can weather this. And some businesses are going down as I speak. and it's sad, and people are losing their jobs like crazy. I believe those jobs will start coming back soon. I really do. By summer, I really believe most everybody's going to be back to work, and life's going to go on. So, I'm full of hope. But what this shutdown has done, at least for me with my leather business, has allowed me to get caught up, because I was getting really far behind. One of the things that had been weighing on me was a big project. That's what you're going to see me hand make today. It's an iPad case, leather case. I've already shipped it out. I shipped it out earlier today to the gentleman. He's a retired doctor, dentist in Chicago, and he has an iPad just like this. It's an iPad Pro 12.9 with one of these bridge keyboards that makes your iPad really kind of like a laptop. It's really cool. So, it's custom made to fit this into that case, this iPad into that case, and he wanted a larger pocket. I started this project last Sunday and finished it today. And I'm talking, I worked on that 8 to 10 hours a day, every day, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So that's how many hours, and about $100 worth of leather. So this was an extensive project. That's why I was saying it was weighing on me, and I'm glad it's done. He's also ordered a watch strap for his 44 millimeter Apple Watch Series 5. I believe it's a 24 millimeter. He put down 26. It's probably 24. They don't make it 26. So anyways, that's what you're going to see me do this week on today's show. We're going to be discussing a few different things. So stick around. After the intro, we're going to get right into it. Thank you so much for joining me today on Strap a Watch. And here is the Horween Chromexcel Leather. I had purchased this side of leather of Horween Chromexcel. It's about a 7-8 ounce Horween Chromexcel. Oh man, 2.5, 3 years ago. And it was buku bucks. I'll tell you what, this is some high-end leather. There are the plans that I had made for the original case. I had done one of these before, and those are the plans that I had drawn up. So I saved the plans and was utilizing these plans for this build. And what had happened, this retired dentist from Chicago who ordered this new one here, found a video of mine that I had on YouTube somewhere. I thought I had taken that video down of the final product of that original iPad case that I had made, about 2 years ago. And he contacted me and asked me if I could make him one, and I really didn't want to. I gave him a price, and I think I was trying to kind of almost scare him off. I'll be honest with you. I didn't want to have to do it because I knew how long a build it would be, and I was already so busy with watch strap orders. I used to sell so many more diverse leather goods on my website as I do now. I've last year just kind of niched down to watch straps. So, I got away from a lot of the wallets, but here's a shot of that video of the original case. And I used to make all kinds of belts and, like I said, iPhone and cell phone cases, and just minimalist wallets, a lot of different kinds, all kinds of stuff. And what had happened is, it got to the point where there were certain items, because what I had really been known for was these placemats, full grain leather, dining room table placemats. And it would take me 2 weeks to build out a set of 6 placemats. And oh my gosh, I got to the point I just hated having to make them, and I kept getting order after order. And the people were always very happy and pleased with them. They became like family heirlooms for folks. I think I actually still have them listed on my website. I've got to take them down. I had them on an Etsy store website up until just a couple weeks ago. I took that down. Everything I had for sale on Etsy, I've taken down. The stores are still up, but all of my listings have been deactivated, just to let you guys know. And I'm concentrating really solely on watch straps directly through my website now. So you can see with this build out, the one thing I didn't film, and I apologize for that, was the whole lining process. That's a suede lining that has a soft foam backing, about 1/8 of an inch foam backing, that I had folded over and got it set. And I knew it was going to be such an extensive part of the project that I didn't want to deter my mind from having to switch camera angles and get lighting and do this and do that. And I just said, I'm just going to get this done. And it took me a day and a half just to do the lining. I mean, it was, there's drying time of glue involved there. And, the hand stitching, that lining was all hand stitched. You can see kind of where the entrance of where the iPad goes in. That's all hand stitched, that lining in there, and the pocket. And I mean, just hand stitching this perimeter, that was a good hour of stitching, really, so leather work, it's a labor of love, and it's very time consuming. But I'll tell you what, this case turned out sweet. That front pocket, what had happened with that as well, I started that last week Monday, and I had a whole different design. And it started dawning on me it wasn't going to work, the design I came up with the magnetic closure system that I already had put the magnets in behind the lining and behind the front panel. And with the pocket I had originally made, it wouldn't close. There was too much leather in the way. It wouldn't magnetically shut. So I had to start from scratch, man. And I had seen this type of a pocket on another bag before, and I thought, oh, that's going to work because it'll be flush more so towards the top end where those magnets are. And yes, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We're building this channel. And thank you to all my newer subscribers. I got a lot of new subscribers from the UK and Italy. I know, you guys are all under this major lockdown. We're under a shutdown, not a lockdown. But man, you got nothing else to do except watch YouTube videos. So I've got quite a few other episodes. These are Chicago screws, and that's what you'll see me set the magnets in place on the flap. So there's also magnets, like I was saying, on the other side, right, of the front panel, in between the front panel and that lining, that padding inside. So on the original one, I kind of had messed it up because I had to just adhere some magnets to the front side, and I never liked that look. I wanted them hidden. And so that rope right there is what makes up the inside of the handle that you'll be seeing me. And I'm burning. After sanding the edges, you get a lot of frayed, pieces of leather that kind of come off. They get real fuzzy, so you want to burn that off. And then here I'm just dyeing the edges with black to match the whole case as black. And Chromexcel Leather, this Chromexcel is out of Chicago. It takes 28 days to tan this leather, and it's not cheap. It's called a pull-up leather. So where it ever bends, it'll lighten in color, and when you release the bend, it goes back to the original color. Doing this handle and getting it properly placed was really kind of a pain. But you can see how I stitched that front pocket. Any of you leather crafters out there came up with that, and it worked out well. There's my logo, and there's how I riveted the leather that covers the magnets on the flap. Because if I didn't cover those magnets with leather, it would scratch the iPad going in and out of the case itself. So you'll see there's the iPad, there's the magnets. You can't see the other ones, like I said, they're inside, but there's the lining. It turned out gorgeous. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. I think this guy's going to be really happy. It's like I was telling him, I can guarantee no one in the world has anything remotely like this. I almost kind of wish he had ordered it with a strap. I was going to charge him more if he wanted a strap that went around the top like on the other one, a shoulder strap, but he did not want that. So listen, thank you for joining me today. I appreciate all of you. God bless you all, and until next time, keep on ticking.